All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today for Reconnect with Joy, an inner child workshop for healing and growth. All right. Let's see what's happening here. Computer's running a little slow. All right. Awesome. Again, thank you so much for taking the time out to your day to come and do some inner child work. When we all collectively do this work together and we start raising the vibrations of the world, we start seeing change. So that's my biggest focus right now, is creating individual change in people, so we could come out collectively and just completely just raise the entire vibration of the world we're living in now. And it really starts with doing that inner work for yourself. Awesome. Oh, thanks for sharing, Julia. So if I can get my computer, for those who don't know much about me or you haven't met me in person before, my name is Alicia Farricielli. I have over 20 years of a multifaceted career: marketing, public relations, entrepreneurship, coaching, real estate, pretty much name it, I probably did it. And I finally have, the past few years, like reached into my complete passion, which is helping other people get into their intuitive powers and healing their inner child. I'm a certified life coach, certified health coach, Reiki master. You can see the different certifications I have here. I'm constantly constantly learning new things to bring to my clients and to bring to the entire world for my approach as well. I'm actually working on my PhD from the University of Sedona for metaphysics. I'm super excited about that as well. My approach to coaching is, I believe in such a huge significance of intuition. When we are connected intuitively, we can actually guide our entire lives authentically the way that we need to be. I'm very big into holistic well-being and then achieving a life balance of your mind, body, and spirit. When we work with me one-on-one, we work on overcoming limiting beliefs. We work on embracing change and unlocking your true potential. A couple of passion projects I have is I'm the host of the Intuitive Revolution podcast, and also the retreat leader and owner of Elevate Oasis Retreats. And we have a retreat coming up that I'm going to share with you guys in a little while. So what is inner child work? So inner child work is such a key term now. You hear that a lot, but a lot of people don't really understand what it is, what the inner child is. So the inner child represents, it's your original self. It's a part of you that holds your earliest memories and experiences. So going back to when you're 3, 4, 5 years old, imagine what your life was at that innocence that you had as a child. That's your inner child. It's the part of you that carries joy, carries innocence, the creativity of your childhood, but it also is the wounds and unmet needs that you feel in your adulthood. Healing the inner child helps you release limiting beliefs. It's going to embrace self-love and cultivate joy. So that being said, what are a few common signs of your inner child suffering? And these are just a few. They're not a complete list. You could have low self-esteem, or you have a really harsh inner critic. You have difficulty expressing or understanding your emotions. You may know people who have outbursts of anger, frustration, or childish tantrums. If that's not you, a lot of times their inner child is suffering. So we can come to them from a place of more acceptance and love for them when we realize it's really their inner child that's acting out. Or people pleasing, an ability to set boundaries is a huge one. Fear of abandonment or commitment issues, that could be related to your inner child trauma. Codependency tendencies and a lack of self-trust, self-sabotage, destructive patterns or addictions, chronic numbness, feeling stuck or you have a longing for more, but you just can't figure out how to get there. Unhealthy perfectionism and unrealistic expectations. A lot of that can be tied into your inner child. Physical symptoms like illnesses, fatigue, chronic pain. And then if you're people that struggle with relationships, intimacy, and healthy self-expression, a lot of times may have some inner child issues or suffering that's going on. So outside of course, healing these issues, what's the importance of inner child work? Unresolved childhood experiences can affect your adult life and influence your behaviors, your relationships, your self-worth. When you have things that you haven't healed within your inner child, it's typically reflecting on the way that you live your life as an adult. and mostly through unhappy behaviors. You're connecting with, or you're going to heal your inner child can lead to profound personal growth, emotional freedom, and a deeper understanding of yourself. So when you start doing this work, you really get to know who you are on the inside. You start to love yourself more. So I'll go over a little bit what we're going to do today. I have some exercises. We're going to do a guided visualization. We're going to connect with your inner child through a calming visualization exercise. We're going to do introspective exercises. So we're going to reflect on your inner child's needs and emotions through journaling. If you don't have a journal, don't worry about it. No big deal. You can actually just sit in silence and reflect during that time. And of course, make some notes afterwards. We're going to do a group discussion with whoever's comfortable with doing that. They can share insights and experiences, and we're going to have a very supportive space here. I'm recording this live, so if you're not comfortable sharing this live, the recording will go out to people. If you're not comfortable with that, don't feel like you have to share. Healing techniques. Learn practical tools for nurturing and healing your inner child. We're going to set some intentions because we know intentions are really what it's about. We're going to commit to actionable steps for healing your healing journey. Then I'm going to close us out with a closing meditation. We're going to integrate your insights and experiences with a grounding meditation. So we're going to cultivate connections, a little icebreaker if you're comfortable with, and we'll give just a couple minutes for this. In the chat, share the most joyful memory that pops up to you immediately. For example, it may be you're playing with one of your favorite childhood memories is playing in the park with your siblings. So just share whatever joyful memory comes up in your childhood. For instance, one of my most joyful memories, and I'll just be so I had this certain toy, it's a Ronald McDonald doll that I used to play with, and that was I named it Rachel, and that was my go-to like stuffed animal that I had. And so that's really the first thing that pops up to me that reminds me of joy, is just sitting and playing with that specific stuffed doll. Ah, yes, Julia, going to Disney and riding the teacups. That always brings joy. Winning blue ribbons and field day activities. Oh yeah, I forgot about all that. That was so much fun. Awesome. Cool. Christmas, Michelle. Yes, Christmas. Definitely love that. Well, thanks for sharing. Okay, so we're going to prepare for a guided visualization, which is going to be a certain meditation we're going to do. We're going to visualize. This visualization is going to help you connect with your inner child. We're going to bring awareness to your early experiences and emotions. So in order to do this, we're going to relax. You're going to close your eyes. You're going to follow my voice, and you're going to allow your mind to create vivid images and sensations. Just notice anything that comes to mind, any type of emotions that come to mind. We don't want make them. We don't want them to have. We won't have any judgment behind that. Just notice the sensations behind it. And then we're ready. Well, we'll get there eventually. There we go. So let's dive in. Now, welcome you to this guided visualization. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Take another deep breath in and just hold. Now slowly release the breath. Let go of any tension in your body and allow yourself to relax completely. Now imagine yourself walking down a beautiful path in nature. It could be a forest, a meadow, or a beach, wherever you feel most at peace. Notice the sights, the sounds, the scents around you. Feel the ground beneath your feet and the gentle breeze on your skin. Now, as you walk, you come across a doorway. This is a special doorway that leads to a safe and a nurturing space where your inner child resides. Open this door and take a step inside. And as you enter this space, you see a child. This child is you at a young age. Notice what they look like. What are they wearing? What is the expression on their face? Approach your inner child with kindness and with love. Introduce yourself and let them know that you are here to listen and you are here to support them. Now spend some time with your inner child. Ask them how they're feeling and if there's anything they want to share with you. Listen with compassion and without judgment. And if your inner child feels sad or feels scared, offer them some comfort. You might give them a hug. You might hold their hand. Or you might simply just sit with them in silence. Let them know they are safe and loved. Now invite your inner child to play. It could be a game, it could be a drawing, dancing, any activity that brings joy. Notice how it feels to connect with this powerful, playful, joyful part of yourself. Allow yourself to fully experience this moment of joy and freedom. Now, thank your inner child for spending time with you. Let them know that you will visit them often, that you are committed to taking care of them. And when you're ready, gently guide your inner child back to their safe space. Close the door behind you. Begin to walk back down the path. And as you walk, slowly bring your awareness back to the present moment. Take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. Coming back into the present moment. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Thank you for doing that with me. So let's take a little bit of time and we're going to reflect on your experience. Think about the following questions. What did you notice about your inner child? Did you notice they were scared? Were they happy? How did it feel to reconnect with your inner child? Did it feel like a part of you that you know of? Did it feel scary for you to reconnect with your inner child? What messages and emotions surfaced during this visualization? Did you find joy and peace? Or was it a little harder for you? Did it bring up any fear? Just notice this. You don't have to have the answer for it. And then, of course, if you wish, you can jot down any insights or feelings in your journal. Give everyone a couple of minutes. There's no right or wrong answer to these questions. There's nothing that we're doing, judging ourselves for through these. We're just getting really honest with how we feel about our inner child and what was brought up. All right. So now that if you have your journals out, great. If you don't, just take a moment through your mind and enter these questions and really reflect on those. And then when you get a moment to write down your answers, I always advise you to do that. So we're going to explore and reflect on your inner child's needs, their desires, and their emotions through these exercises. Some journaling prompts. So we're going to do a silent journaling. So take a few moments to journal your reflections. Write freely and honestly. If you don't have a journal, think freely and honestly, allowing whatever comes up to flow onto the page. This is a time for personal exploration and deep connection with your inner child. Nobody's going to see this. Nobody's going to know your thoughts and feelings on it. Feel free to burn this after you write it down, or you can keep it and go back and kind of reflect back a little bit later onto it to see how far you've come. So the first one is a joyful moment. What was a joyful moment from your childhood? Describe this event in detail. How did it make you feel? Really get into those emotions. How did it make you feel? Why was this moment significant for you? Give you a couple moments to either do this mentally or to write this down. And of course, you will get recording of this workshop along with the slides. So you can always go back and revisit this if you need more time. All right, the next one, unmet needs. What did your inner child need, but it did not receive? Reflect on emotional or physical needs that were unmet. Be very honest with yourself with these. There's, again, no right or wrong answers for it, but what do you feel your inner child did not receive? And then how did this absence of needs affect you? Where do you see it showing up in your personal life now? For instance, if you didn't receive the attention that you desired as a child, you're a child didn't receive that. How is that showing up for you now? Is it showing up in your relationships? How is it affecting you? And you can do positive and negative effects as well. And then what messages did you internalize from these experiences? What messages did you tell yourself about yourself? What messages do you tell yourself about the world? Is it a safe place for you? Is it a not safe place for you? Again, get really honest with yourself through these. Nurturing today. How can you nurture your inner child today? Think about actions or practices that can provide comfort and care to your inner child. What are some things that you can do to comfort that inner child? We're going to go over some more ideas in a little bit later. What words of affirmation or acts of kindness can you offer? If your inner child feels neglected, how can you comfort your inner child? If your inner child feels angry, how can you bring a sense of peace and calm to that inner child? What can you say to your inner child to make it feel safe? And then how can you integrate playfulness and joy into your daily life? Because if we don't have playfulness and joy in our daily life, we tend to neglect our needs. We tend to just get on this hustle of everyday life. And if we're not taking the time to get into that playful, joyful, childlike state, it's really taking a toll on our emotional and mental and physical health. Yeah, it's a few more minutes to answer those. And again, if you need more time, you're going to get access to this information after this webinar. So if anyone's comfortable doing a group discussion, wants to unmute their microphone and speak a little bit, would love that. If you're not comfortable with it, you want to sit, no big deal. Don't feel pressure to discuss anything. The purpose of this is to deepen your understanding, and we're going to foster a little bit of the community. Again, when we start sharing things that we've gone through, you'll find that a lot of people have gone through the same things, and you can create a community around that, around the healing portion of that. Share only what you're comfortable with. Again, this is recorded. Listen with an open heart and mind. Take out all judgments to anyone and to yourself. Respect confidentiality in each other's experiences. We want this to be a really safe place for you. Discussion prompts, insight. What is one realization from visualization or journaling that you have? What emotions surface from their impact? And then share a step that you plan to take to nurture your inner child. You want us to open up, feel free. And if not, really start, just think about what are some things that what is the one thing that you noticed as you're journaling that really came to surface for you? Okay, we'll move on. So now we're going to go over some healing techniques and practical tools you can use. We're going to explore some effective techniques for healing and nurturing your inner child. And these methods are designed to support ongoing inner child work. So inner child work is not just one workshop that you've done and then you forget about it the next day. Inner child work is something we deal with, we work on pretty much throughout our entire lives. And we start peeling the layers off and we get a little deeper, a little deeper, and a little deeper. And then you'll find there's more layers to peel off. And that should come as a very exciting thing, because when you start peeling the layers off and you start working on your inner child, your adult self starts showing up and you start feeling more safe and healed. Some healing techniques. Inner child dialogue. So I suggest engaging in a gentle conversation with your inner child every single day. Wake up in the morning, ask your inner child, how am I feeling today? Is there anything my inner child needs from me today? Does it need some extra love? Does it need a little more attention? Does it need to play some more today? Then ask them how they feel and what they need. And then after that, you're going to reassure them with words of love and support. It's okay if your inner child feels a little more, quote, needy today. Reassure them that you have their support and love, and they're safe, and you're going to take care of them today. Self-compassion practices. Practice self-kindness and understanding. Be very patient with your inner child. Acknowledge its feelings without judgment. Your inner child, it's as you wouldn't judge a 3-year-old child, don't judge your inner child too. Use affirmations to reinforce your self-worth. Let your inner child know that how much you're worth, how much you love yourself. Forgiveness exercises. Identify areas where forgiveness is needed. So there's always areas within ourselves that we need to forgive ourselves for things that we have put blame and guilt and judgment onto ourselves, and of course onto others as well. Release those past hurts are going to create space for your healing. Some ongoing tools, practical tools for ongoing inner child work, which, like I said before, is always an ongoing thing. Daily check-ins. Again, spend a few minutes each day connecting with your inner child. I like to do it in the morning and ask myself, how is my inner child feeling? What does it need? And then before I go to bed, I check back in and be like, do you feel safe today? Are your needs met today? And then I'll spend some time talking to my inner child at night. Journaling. Maintain a journal to document your inner child's thoughts, feelings, and experiences. I recommend getting a separate journal out, and sometimes you can find prompts even on YouTube or Google those for inner child work. And I'll have some of those on my website as well. But maintain a separate journal for your inner child. And then you go back and reflect on your progress and insights. Some people like to burn their journals. Some people like to reflect. It's totally up to you, your preferences. I love to go back and look at my journals from years ago and see how far my thought process has came as opposed to the thoughts that I had back then. Creative expression. Engage in activities that bring joy and creativity, such as drawing, dancing, and playing. Always try to do one fun thing a day. If it's just picking up a hula hoop and hula hooping, or jump roping, or just put on some music and just dance and shake and wiggle and move the energies in your body. Allow your inner child to express themselves freely. Shut the door wherever you have to do if you want to see you, and just act like a child. Meditation. Practice guided meditations focused on inner child healing. You can find some of these actually on my website as well too, and through my podcast. Use visualization techniques to create a safe space for your inner child, such as what the meditation we did before. Affirmations. Use positive affirmations to reinforce your self-worth and nurture your inner child. Examples of, I am worthy of love, I am safe and protected. When we're doing affirmations, I always tell especially one-on-one coaching clients, we want to fill into those affirmations. We don't want to say I'm worthy of love, because if you don't feel that, your subconscious is not grasping that. So you want to go back and just feel into what it feels like to be worthy of love, and tell your inner child, even though things happened to you as a child that did not meet up to your needs and expectations, you're still worthy of love. Practice this daily until it really enforces into that inner child. And always tell it safe and is protected, because that's what children want, is to be safe and protected. So now we're talking about setting intentions for your healing and growth, because we can talk all day long about this stuff, but if you don't set the intentions of it and put out to the universe how you want to grow, then you're going to become stuck and you're going to forget about everything that we discussed today. So find your intention. Take a moment to reflect on what you want to achieve in your healing journey. Then consider what your inner child needs most right now. These are baby steps. It's not, oh, go from 1 to 100. These are baby steps, peeling those layers off. What does your inner child need most right now? Formulate your intention. Create a clear and positive intention statement. For example, I intend to nurture my inner child with love and compassion. I intend to listen to my inner child's needs and honor them daily. Then you're going to visualize your intention. Again, we're going to set those intentions in through feeling it. Close your eyes and visualize yourself embodying this intention. Telling your subconscious about your intention. See and feel the positive changes it brings into your life. We're going to commit to this action. So identify actionable steps. First, you're going to break down your intention into small actionable steps. It could be as simple as spending 5 minutes each day checking in with your inner child. And then I'm going to practice self-compassion exercises 3 times a week. to put those down. I always say to put it on your calendar. That way you, as a reminder or some type of task reminder, because healing your inner child, and taking care of your mental health should come first before anything else. Because if your cup is not full, you're not going to be able to give out. Write down your commitment. Take a moment to write down your actionable steps. This is going to solidify your commitment, because when we put it, we're putting it into action, we're putting it out there, and it's going to serve as a reminder. You can put it on your computer, put it in your car, in your refrigerator, write down your commitment and be committed to it. Then you're going to share your commitment. If you're comfortable, you can share your commitment in the chat here, or you can share it with a friend. But share it with a friend that is going to support you on your journey and that understands. Don't share it with people who are going to give you negative feedback on it or dismiss it. And this can create some accountability and support. Empowering your healing journey. I want you to remember every step you take, small step you take, is towards a powerful move. Say that again. Remember, every small step you take is a powerful move towards healing and growth. It's baby steps. It's not one and done. It's not 1 to 100. It's those little baby steps that get you towards the healing and growth. It's the journey. It's not actually the destination, as the saying goes. Trust in your ability to nurture and care for your inner child. You have the ability inside of you. We're all given the ability to parent our inner child now, even for things that you did not receive as a child. We have to take the responsibility off of our parents and other people to do that for us now. You have the strength and compassion needed for this journey. You have everything inside of you to peel those layers off to heal that inner child. We're going to do a closing meditation. So now get comfortable. Find a comfortable seated position. Relax into your chair. Gently close your eyes. Let's take in some deep breaths. Breathing in their belly. Deep breath in and hold. Now slowly release your breath through your mouth. Sigh it out. Take in another deep breath. All the way through your belly. Breathe up through your heart center. Feeling and expanding and holding. Now slowly release through your mouth. Sigh it out. Now imagine roots growing from your feet into the earth. They're grounding and they're connecting you. Feel the support of the earth beneath you, providing stability and providing strength. Now that we're more grounded, reflect on the insights and experiences from today. Allow any feelings that came up to settle and to integrate into your being. Now silently repeat to yourself, I am nurturing my inner child with love and compassion. I'm committed to my healing journey. I'm nurturing my inner child with love and compassion. I'm committed to my healing journey. Now place your right hand on your heart. Place your left hand on top. Tap into that inner child and tell yourself, my inner child is safe. I am safe. My inner child is protected. I am protected. Now slowly bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers, move your shoulders, move your body, wiggle your toes. And then when you're ready, gently open your eyes. So what's the next steps? You can find some further resources on my website. I have articles. I'm adding more every single week. I've got meditations. I have additional exercises for inner child work on there. You can find most of it under my blog. Then I have a couple of courses too. You can find all at aliciafarricielli.com. You can also learn more about inner child work and holistic living at the Intuitive Revolution podcast. You can find it on Spotify and Apple. It's just the Intuitive Revolution podcast with Alicia Farricielli. On there, I have some amazing guest speakers on all kinds of topics of interest. So definitely please check it out and subscribe to that. And then I'm offering a 6-week Heal Your Inner Child coaching program. And so this is going to start August the 1st, 2024 of this year. You can find more information on the QR code there. It's a 6-week inner child healing program. We're going to go in depth into guidance, and you're going to get some personalized support with this. We're going to have weekly group sessions for 6 weeks. We're going to customize exercises, and you're going to have, again, ongoing support throughout the journey. I'm going to teach you how to break free from self-sabotaging and unleash your true radiance. We're going to heal those inner child wounds patterns that are keeping you stuck in self-doubt and people-pleasing. You're going to emerge empowered. We're going to cultivate unshakable self-trust, boundaries, and self-reverence. Let go of harsh criticisms, ditch approval-seeking beliefs, and stand in your sovereign worth and feminine wisdom. You're going to awaken your sensual creative life force, energy, reconnect to pleasure, to intuition, and sacred self-expression without shame. We're going to bring back intimacy, passion, and joy. We're going to experience a soul-aligned wholeness, flow, and fulfillment. You're going to find your unshakable confidence, emotional resilience, and childlike wonder. We're going to thrive on authentic, desired, aligned essence. And then we're going to have the intimate rite of passage into radiant feminine leadership. I'm going to teach you how to be a leader with your inner child. So it's more than just a course. We're going to go deep dive into a lot of things. You're going to have basically a safe space to open up and to ask questions to myself, to any other members that join with this. It's going to be awesome. And I'm offering people who watch this workshop at 30, I think it's a third of the price off for $222 using the code InnerChild24. So it's $333 for the general audience, but you guys are going to get this for $222. If you want to sign up, I'm only going to take probably around 10, maybe 15 people, because I want to keep a really safe space for everyone. So go ahead if you are interested and reserve your spot with the QR code. Also have a Reclaim Your Inner Child retreat coming up in Asheville on the 24th to 27th. We're going to start off with an opening moon ceremony. And then we're going to do forest bathing. We're going to have a half a spa day. We're going to have a 4-hour workshop. We're going to get really intense with your inner child. We're going to start the healing process with that. We're going to have all kinds of cool stuff, hiking. We'll have some free time as well. So check that out. There's a QR code. Prices are $32.50 right now. They probably will go up closer to the date. I'm only going to have up to 10 women. It's all women's only retreat here. So I have a few spots available. If you want, you can always reach out to me if you have any questions. Payment plans are available. I think it's $1,500 deposit to secure your spot. So just reach out to me if you have any questions on that. Final thoughts. Remember, the journey of healing and self-discovery is ongoing. Be patient and kind with yourself as you continue to nurture your inner child. Then I look forward to supporting you on this transformative journey. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. There's my contact information. Please, you can follow me on Instagram at Alicia_Farricielli. Those are my two Facebook. One's personal page and one is my business page. Go and follow that. I'm on TikTok. I'm on LinkedIn, YouTube, Spotify. Definitely can find me there. Just Google my name. It's pretty easy to find. So again, thank you. If anybody has any questions, I'll open up the floor. Good. Yeah. Well, thank you again for joining me today. I will send out the recording to you just as soon as it uploads, and I'll send you over the presentation. I hope you learned something. I would love the feedback. If you want to just comment, you can always send me a Facebook message or send me an email. Would love feedback on the presentation and what you learned. So again, thank you so much.